Who is this Asian guy sitting here? To all my OGs, I am known as the favorite Filipino. And to all the new subscribers, my name is Calvin. I know what you guys are thinking. Where is TJ? TJ is very busy getting today's vlog, which is yesterday for you guys, up today. I am here to take over the vlog until TJ gets back. I have a small challenge that I'm trying to bust out before TJ is done with all his errands today. I'll explain it in a little bit. Unfortunately...
Holy fuck. Oh, you filming? There's a clutch stuck in here.
Stuck?
I've never seen this before in my life.
Stuck?
Never in my life.
What does that mean?
It means...
Oh!
And there's no way to take this out, right? Because you have to undo the bolts from the other side.
Give her a yank,
This is not an ideal scenario.
I mean, it's not, but like, give her a little yank.
It's awfully stuck, brother.
Oh, that's awfully stuck. What? Wait, so there's like the bearing thing there?
Well, throwout bearing would be on the other side of it.
But it looks like it's stuck on there, clipped on there or
Sure
something.
does, doesn't it?
You're doing something there,
Yeah.
Nick.
Here it comes.
You sure?
I think so. It looks like it's coming further away.
I got a little JDM mod that I'm gonna put on my car.
Ooh, baby. What is that thing anyway?
It's a train. I'm on the train.
Subway handle?
I'm on the train, man.
Oh, like on the Japanese subway. That's a good meme.
Yeah, they steal these. That's why.
Did you steal that?
No. Okay, in Japan, what they do, or what they used to do, is steal these from the subway, and it became such a problem that they started manufacturing a lot to sell to the public, so they stopped stealing them from the subway thing. The point of this is to put it on the back of your car. The lower your car is, the more, what's it called? Worn down this becomes.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not kidding.
You're not really gonna do this.
I'm doing it.
You're gonna do this.
I'm doing it. I'm putting it on my
I don't know you anymore.
Let's see if that drags on the floor already. What?
Can you drive like that?
Film me drive like that, bitch.
Drive like that?
Film me drive like
Real
that.
real quick. Special announcement. Stash for Subs is back, baby. Let's go.
No throttle promotion.
Don't clip this out. This is a good clip. So you can drive like this. You can drive like this?
You calling me out on how low I can drive my car?
You can't drive it this
Set
slow.
my own shit up, baby.
Oh yeah, he's good. All right, you win. You win. Maybe one day Calvin will finish that car. Maybe one day.
It's not very nice, Mick. My mom is a nice lady.
The throwout bearing is completely toasted and became a part of the clutch. So whoever was driving this was driving it pretty hard.
That's nice. At least it wasn't spotted like mine, like the clutch kicks mine had.
So the main objective originally for today was to kind of button up more of the interior. We still need to cut a little bit of the carpet. We need to staple the carpet. We need to put the dash back, all that stuff. You guys remember before we left for New Zealand, that's kind of what we were working on. But today, I was like, enough interior stuff. I want to do something that I've been waiting for quite a long time. The buckets, the RE lights are the way to go when it comes to the Rx7. So I really want to finish these up today, get these fully mounted and put the glass piece over it, or Lexan piece, whatever it really is, and kind of finalize these buckets before we start fitting them in and do our final mock-up of it. We need to get the fenders back on. We need to align those correctly. Then we need to move on to the hood, drop that, make sure it's centered between both fenders. Then we need to put the front bumper back on, make sure everything is fitted, because as you can see, there's adjustable brackets on the top and on the sides, because when you fit this onto the lights, you can kind of move it around and fit it to exactly how your car is, because every car will be a little bit different due to fitment. Once the bumper is good, the fenders are good, the hood is good, we will put the buckets in the car, get the final placement, and then we'll use probably, my guess is like a silicone kind of seal, and we will finish it up, and we can kind of get the first front look of how the front end's gonna look, which I've been dying to see. So from this view, you can kind of get your mustache out of here. From this view, you can see how clean the underside of this car is, and that's one of my favorite things about this, is because we've taken so much time taking everything apart, putting everything back together, and getting all of it painted. You can really see how clean everything is. The hood that I got came with like a, as Mickey calls it, a rain guard. When the motor's in the car, I think it'd be pretty cool to run without it, but cool little option. Its main purpose is to just, in case of rain, keep water out of the bay.
Guard. In case of rain, it guards.
Oh, rain guard. If you guys remember, assembling the front bumper to these fenders takes a pretty long time. Mazda's pretty smart with a lot of things, but putting on aftermarket bumpers is pretty difficult. You have to like squeeze your fingers up in here. The past like 25 minutes, I've literally just been trying to get most of the hardware in, but we have both sides lined up at this point, and Mickey's already getting a little sneak peek of the buckets. So like I said, everything's pretty much loose for the most part. The most important thing is getting proper fitment around the bucket. When I say bucket, I'm referring to these things. At the shop, we've just been referring to them as buckets. I don't actually know if that's the correct term. These get placed first, and then everything else gets shifted and micro-fitted around that. Here are most of the components. Oh, here's hardware for it and well nuts for it as well. Here are the lenses that go on the car. So once it's all set, we'll put a silicone ring around it and lay these in. There's just a protective blue tint around it. That's not actually blue. It is clear. This is just a protective film.
Acts like a rivet, but it has threads inside. So what it does is it allows you to insert threads into something that normally is too thin or something to be threaded. You drill the hole this size, you put this in, and you use that tool there to compress this, and it acts like a rivet and it expands basically on the back side. So you now have inserted threads into a place that's normally too thin to be threaded.
Here's a better example of it. So that gun pretty much smushes it and now creates threads for it. So now we can get like a bolt. But why is the camera not autofocusing today? Once this is in the exact spot we want it, we'll tighten all of these bolts and finalize it. And don't mind the missing bolts.
Oh, yeah, TJ lost that.
We lost that, Mickey lost that. And we have new hardware coming, so
okay.
We're not too worried about it.
Tighten me, doctor.
There's like a thin layer and then 2 thin layers on the top.
2,000 years later.
I didn't have the time to grab the camera when doing this, but we actually reset this one like 2 or 3 times. When we started pushing it down, some of the silicone would like bleed into the inside, and it didn't look too bad, but like definitely we knew we could refix it. So this time around, we're gonna lay the line not as aggressive towards the inside, but hang more on the outside. And the real struggle that we had was right on this inside. So we're gonna probably hang really shallow on the outside to make sure nothing bleeds through. All right, so I think this is gonna be our stopping point for tonight. I turned all the lights off and set up the studio lights because that makes everything look extremely epic. We still have the blue tint on this side, but we took it off on this side just to give you a better reference of what it looks like when it's off. And we still have some tape holding down the lenses. I kinda wanna let that sit overnight to make sure the seal is 100% perfect. And before you start commenting, oh, there's still some gaps in the body panels and stuff, this is as close as we needed it to mock up the headlights to make sure that they were good. But this is the first time seeing like the front end completely finished. And I have to say, I am like amazed on how crazy this turned out. I know there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be the pop-up headlight fanboys. In my opinion, this is a better look. Not that I don't like the pop-ups, but nothing compares. Everything is one sleek panel and it's completely flush. It reminds me of 2 cars. The headlights remind me of a Supra, and they also kind of remind me of like an F430 Ferrari. And I think they're extremely unique. The black calipers complementing all the carbon fiber accents, and the black headlights, black bumper lights. So clean. I cannot wait for you guys to see the color that we're gonna go for the wheels, because that's literally just gonna like blow everything out of the water. This is slowly coming together. And I've been noticing some comments lately that you guys have been saying you're appreciating the pace at which we're building this, because the level of detail that we're able to do is just like unreal. And when this car is done, it's gonna be 100% perfect. And in my opinion, the best and meanest looking Rx7. And shout out to Calvin for staying on these orders all day. I know he would have loved to have been helping with the Rx7, but we sold out of all these jet tags, I think in the first night. We've been so busy that we're trying to package them as fast as possible, but just know that Calvin's been sitting here all day packing everybody's orders, and he has to take the key rings off every single jet tag before packaging them to make sure they fit correctly. If you haven't already, comment down below, I love you, Calvin, or go to his Instagram and tell him that he is senpai.
Oh, don't do that!
And I'm feeling